Hi everyone, my name is Alan Yu. I'm a program manager on the SQL Server team, and today I'm going to be talking about what's new in SQL Server notebooks, or Azure Data Studio notebooks. So to start off, let's try to break down these terms of what is Azure Data Studio and what are notebooks. So to start off, what is Azure Data Studio? So Azure Data Studio is our tool for managing data wherever it is. So for example, we released this tool at Ignite 2018 last year, and we were able to bring in support for multiple databases. So we support SQL Server, PostgreSQL, Azure SQL DB, and Azure SQL DW. We're also a cross-platform tool. So back when we had SQL Server 2017, one of the important things that our customers were asking for was to make sure that our tooling was available cross-platform. And at the time, we only had SSMS, which was our only Windows-only GUI-based tool. So with Azure Data Studio, we are able to hit all of those people that want to work only on macOS or Linux. In addition, what you'll see later on in the demo is that Azure Data Studio will look very familiar to Visual Studio Code. And it turns out that we actually forked Visual Studio Code. And the key differentiator in terms of experiences with VS Code is that we support rich GUI experiences such as wizards, dashboards, and as the subject for today, notebooks. This is just something that all of our DBAs, which are our primary persona, just require in order to manage databases. They need these rich GUI experiences, and it wasn't enough to just have the experiences from Visual Studio Code. And on top of that, it's also a very highly extensible platform. So we have an extensions marketplace where we have contributors from the open source community to build on top of this tool. So now let's talk about what are notebooks. So if you want to break it down to very easy to understand terms, notebooks are documents supported by this .ipynb file type. And it's basically a combination of rich text elements like Markdown or HTML, and then also code cells that you can execute and can support lots of different languages like Python and Spark. And what was very unique to Azure Data Studio is a SQL kernel. So in terms of the use cases for notebooks is that it can be used as human readable documents that includes rich visualization. So for example, if you wanted to share out a report with your team, then you could share out a notebook. And it can also be used as executable documents. So you'll see in the demo later on that you can click Run All Cells, and it'll run a combination of these CLI commands or Python scripts so that you can run some type of job that you want to do. So it's most commonly used by data scientists. And what turns out that with the release of SQL Server 2019, which did GA at Ignite this year, it was important for us as we were building out experiences now that we're offering big data offerings through SQL Server, was that we would be able to bring these people who are data scientists into experiences that are familiar to them. So initially, we were able to bring in notebook support, but it turns out that not only supporting the Python kernel, that there's a lot of other ways that we could support experiences through Azure Data Studio using notebooks. So this is kind of how we view as the overall strategy for notebooks across here. But one way is through notebook as UX. So one thing you'll find out is that with notebooks, it's very easy to create experiences with it, and there's not a very high engineering cost behind creating a notebook. So it can also pretty much be used as a spec. Well, on top of that, notebook as UX can also be used as part of things like deploying SQL Server or troubleshooting SQL Server big data clusters. So we're trying to find more innovative ways to build out notebook as UX. In addition, it's great for documentation. So if any of you are familiar with Microsoft Docs, and we have a bunch of these docs that have code inside of it, now imagine if you could just take that into an executable doc that you could just run that code side by side. So then you can go ahead and learn T-SQL or have a lot more interactive documentation. We're also looking into scenarios such as notebooks for collaboration, notebooks for data workflow, which is kind of more the common use case for notebooks today. And then we're also looking at operationalizing notebooks too. So we're right now incorporating it with SQL Agent, and just finding more ways to bring in notebooks through Azure Data Studio. So before I go into the demo, I just want to be very clear about some of the terminology that I'll be using as I talk about Azure Data Studio notebooks. So I can see at the very top here, we have a toolbar, and this is consistent for every notebook that you see inside of Azure Data Studio. On here, you can add a code cell or a text cell, And then more importantly, there's this kernel dropdown that appears on there. And that allows you to choose what language service you want the notebook to run on. So you can see in this example, we have SQL, but you can easily change it to Python, PySpark, and even PowerShell. And then in addition, we added this notion of attached to, which is basically just a connection. So for example, if you have a SQL kernel running, you want to attach it to some type of database connection. So the attached to menu will allow you to connect to your database connection. And then there's some other commands you can see up here, but probably the most important one is run all cells. So if you have this notebook set up where you can just run all the cells sequentially, then you can just click run all cells, and it's just really easy in terms of notebook as UX. And then on top of that, it's just a combination of text cells here. So you can see that this is all Markdown that you can edit. And there's also code cells, which are where all the code is. And then you can also execute an output and then save the state of that notebook with all the output results too. Cool. So now I'm going to go into one of our favorite demos about showing notebooks. And what better way to learn about notebooks than with cute dogs? So what you can see here is that, as I mentioned before, it looks a lot like Visual Studio Code. But what you can tell here is that we have this notion of this connections pane on the left side. So as I mentioned before, we support multiple databases. So you can have things like PostgreSQL. You can set up things like your big data clusters, local dev environment, and those type of things. But before we go too far into what Azure Data Studio is, let's talk about the scenario. So while we want to show off notebooks, I want to tell you that basically we're going to look at different corgis, and we want to come up with a name of what we want to name these corgis. So you can see here on the side in this notebook, we have a kernel is in Python 3. Right now, there's no connection to a local database here. But basically, what this does is that using the dog API, we can choose a random corgi. So you see we have a combination of a markdown cell and a code cell. So if I execute this cell here, you can see that we get a cute corgi on here. Now, if I run it again, it'll choose another random one. So now the question is, what should we name this corgi? So one way to make this a little bit more fun is that, as I mentioned earlier, SQL Server 2019 GA'd earlier at Ignite this year. So we're going to actually use a connection to SQL Server 2019 and use the HDFS node here. And what I uploaded here in this license-data folder is all the names of corgis that are registered in the Allegheny County in Pennsylvania. So what this allows us to do is that we can create a notebook using Spark to choose a random name from this file. So what we can do here is that, as I mentioned earlier about run all cells, I'll simply click run cells here. And what this will do is that it will set up a data frame based on the CSV file that you see here in 2011. And then we'll just walk through the notebook. So it's just going to be running this automatically, but it can show things like how many licenses do we have. There's 266,000 dogs that are registered in Allegheny County. You can see there's 25,000 unique names, and now the corgi's name is Stefan. So it's a cute name, but what's also great is that this was in the Spark kernel. Now, we can do the exact same thing with the very unique SQL kernel that you can see here. And this is one of the unique value props of Azure Data Studio notebooks, is that we went ahead and built this unique SQL kernel. Because for those of you that are familiar with notebooks, you're able to use SQL in a Python kernel, but it uses this thing known as magics. And those magics doesn't allow you to have those things like syntax highlighting or IntelliSense. But as you can see here, this is simply just a Monaco editor, but if I type in here, you can see you get IntelliSense. So it makes it even easier to create SQL notebooks for yourself. So one of the unique parts about SQL Server 2019 is that you get to also create external tables. So we'll run through the demo once again, run all cells. And it's going to do the exact same thing in the Spark kernel as you saw earlier. So again, 266,000 dogs were registered in Allegheny County. And this dog's name is now Charlie Ann. So you can see that with the power of SQL Server 2019, you can now name your corgi. Now, another fun use case of notebooks in Azure Data Studio is when you're trying to manage like very difficult to read files. So for example, let's say that you're trying to parse a really difficult to read CSV, and you see this artist.txt. Has any of you ever ran into this issue as you're doing your development where you have to parse a file like this? Yeah, it's very painful, I'm sure, that you can all imagine. You can see things, there's like inconsistent delimiters, there's like 5 hat delimiters here. The structure of the files is very inconsistent. It's very messy data. You have to come up with all these different edge cases. But what's great is that we worked with this Microsoft research team known as program synthesis using examples. And you may be more familiar with their technology from the flash fill feature in Microsoft Excel. But basically, we shipped natively as part of Azure Data Studio this Prose code accelerator, where it will basically give you the code in order to parse these really complicated files. So what you can do here is that instead of doing the run all cells demo that I showed earlier for the naming the corgi, is that I will go cell by cell. First, I'll import the pandas library. Then I'm going to read this flat file. And one thing to note, let me expand the cells so you can see what's going on here. You can see that this is all in the Python kernel. So I'm going to upload the artist.txt file, which is great. And what this does is it gives me the Python code in order to parse that really complicated artist.txt that you saw before. So if I paste this code here, which is all Python code, and execute it, here we go. So you first had to execute the code, and then this is when you actually read the file. So you set up the data frame, and now you can see that it's in this really easy to use, really easy to read format that you could go ahead and share with the rest of your team. So this is the power of Prose, and also just the power of notebooks in Azure Data Studio. Cool. And on top of that, there's a bunch of unique commands that you could use with notebooks too. So for example, you could interact with other components of Azure Data Studio. So if you wanted to do things like open the terminal or add a sequence, send sequence to terminal. So if I click on here, oh, sorry, a little bit of delay. And it's just simply just printing hello world, and you can print out hello world. So all of these, you can just leverage all these little notebook shortcuts so that you can really leverage the power of notebooks in Azure Data Studio. So now that leads me into today's November release of Azure Data Studio. So what's great about being on GitHub and being a fork of Visual Studio Code is that we have a really fast release cadence. So we ship monthly, and we just announced we just shipped the blog announcement at least 1 hour ago. 3 new features that are coming into Azure Data Studio notebooks. And one of them is PowerShell notebooks. Give me 1 second. So you can see here that this PowerShell notebook, you can see that the kernel shows up as PowerShell here. But it allows you to set up a SQL Linux instance in a Docker container. And all you have to do is click run all cells, and it'll do it for you. So this is one of our #1 most asked features for Azure Data Studio notebooks. And we are happy to announce that we have brought PowerShell kernel to Azure Data Studio. In addition, if you look at the Prose demo from earlier, you could see that for someone that is looking at this for the first time, it can be really intimidating. Like you see all these code cells here, it's really hard to read. So another thing that our community has told us is that they want to be able to collapse these cells. And we made it really easy for you to do that by clicking collapse cells. And now it's a lot easier to read these type of documents. So for example, when I talked about notebook as documentation earlier, now you can do that in a much easier way by simply expanding and collapsing cells. And you can do it at individual level basis too, to make it just so much easier to read. And then I guess the very last thing to show off is that as part of SQL Server 2019, it's crucial for us to have a troubleshooting experience for someone who is trying to troubleshoot a big data cluster. So what we can do is that if we open the Jupyter Book SQL Server 2019 guide, what this allows you to do is package a collection of notebooks that comes up with scenarios for you so that you can start troubleshooting SQL Server. And what's great is that basically what a Jupyter book is, it's a collection of notebooks, and then it's all packaged together with it's all organized in a .yaml file. So it's similar to like a table of contents. And what you can do is just by simply reading the directions and be like, okay, first thing I need to do is check version information of AZ data. You could just run the cells here, and it's kind of like this guided experience for you so that you don't have to just be talking with support the whole time. You can just follow these notebooks as a kind of a guide for you. So this is the future of how we're imagining troubleshooting experiences in Azure Data Studio. So keep an eye out as we continue to build out experiences for troubleshooting. Cool. So one thing you might be wondering is how is our SQL Server customers responding to notebooks in Azure Data Studio? And it turns out that everyone loves notebooks. It was a bit of a surprise to us about how much it has been embraced. But you can see across like Twitter community at past Summit sessions, Ignite sessions, just everyone really loves notebooks. And you can tell by looking at our top GitHub issues that PowerShell notebooks is something that people want. And there's many other things that people want to see in Azure Data Studio notebooks. So one thing that is important for us is that the way that we do development is through GitHub. So you have the power to tell us of what you want us to have on our roadmap. So you can see that if we go to our GitHub issues and our Azure Data Studio repo, you can see if you sort this by number of thumbs up, that PowerShell notebooks was the #1 most requested feature. And if you just simply click on an issue and leave a thumbs up for us, that'll help us give an indication of how important this feature is, and then we can start adding it to our semester planning. We do all of our engineering work all on GitHub too, so it's very transparent. You can even see which engineer is working on the issue or any bugs that you're looking into. So it's just a different way that we envision doing development across the SQL Server team. Okay, so in terms of takeaways from this theater session, SQL Server customers love using the custom SQL kernel. So if you are ever thinking about, using notebooks for education or as documentation, those type of things, definitely try out Azure Data Studio notebooks. We are also looking into innovation that is unique compared to other notebook offerings in terms of bringing notebooks as UX and also notebook as documentation. And then we're continuing to add new improvements on a monthly basis. So recently with this at Ignite, we announced PowerShell notebooks, collapsible code cells, and Jupyter books. And now in terms of the call to action for all of you is please download Azure Data Studio. It's at this ak.ms link. Check out our documentation about our notebooks. Give us feedback on our GitHub repo, and then follow us on Twitter. And then if you actually go to the SQL Server 2019 booth up by the data area, we have T-shirts for you too. So feel free to stop by and then tell the world about Azure Data Studio notebooks. Thank you so much.